Hey, we're talking about eXp today, not ESP, although there might be some similarities.
So you know about Kraft macaroni and cheese, right? And you know about Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and about 100 other jingles you probably know from Ovaltine. Remember to drink your Ovaltine, kids, right? From Christmas Story. But I'll be honest, Kraft macaroni and cheese is not what I go for. I don't. That's not my favorite, and I don't know if I've bought more than one box of Frosted Flakes in my entire life. So just because you have been inundated with marketing and you can recognize a symbol or a sign or a packaging does not necessarily make it the best fit for you or make it the best for everybody or anybody. So we wanted.
Sorry, I just wanted to add to that. Obviously, there's lots of iconic brands, but I love when Michael Gerber in the E-Myth says, who doesn't think that they could make a better burger than McDonald's, right? But people go there because of the marketing. They go there because of the familiarity. They go there because even though it might not be great, they know it's going to be palatable. They know it's going to be consistent, right? And so a lot of the big brands in real estate have consistency, even though you might come away feeling a little, bloated. But that's more the burger.
I'll get
But
back to
if
that.
you take a chance on a local burger joint, especially if it's been recommended to you by friends, you could have an incredible experience with a great hamburger, right?
Mm-hmm. So this is kind of our opportunity to let you know, because a lot of people are going, what company are you with? And that's okay with me, because hey, it's me. It's Ruth. It's me. It's us. We're the ones doing the work. We're the ones coming up with our marketing plans. We're the ones who are consistently doing the good work and fighting for our clients and learning for our clients and everything else. So it's okay if people don't exactly get eXp or know what it is. But we also want to inform other people about what an EXP is, just so it's not, well, you aren't something I've seen floating in the air. Or
And the job of a brokerage, the role of a brokerage is to serve its agents, right? The job of the brokerage really has very little to do with the end client. It has to do with how well they support their brokers and give us the tools that we need, the ingredients, the raw materials to create our own business and make that really something great. And we looked around at a lot of companies and they were like, here's your stuff. You can take this in a package, in a box. But as we looked through, we said, well, I don't really, like that much. And this doesn't really fit our market or our area or the people that we know. And so we started looking around for something that was going to give us what we needed to make what we wanted to be, right? And eXp really does that better than any brokerage on the planet. And it's not just us that think so either, right? When Danielle and I came over, there were just a little over 8,000 agents.
Nationwide.
Nationwide, yes. And we were only in the U.S. Were we in Canada yet? I think we might have just started around then. So a few more than 8,000. And I think in Illinois, there were somewhere in the 70s, like 7074. The number somewhere around there.
81.
So we just passed in my 4-year anniversary, and yours is coming up. We just passed 1,000 agents in Illinois. 67,000 agents worldwide. We're now in many countries.
Yes.
On many continents.
Yes.
We're in Europe. We're in Asia. We're in North and... Are we anywhere else in the Americas that you're aware of?
Centrals, I think.
It's been growing so fast that it's hard to keep up with.
eXp, when we have a new announcement, it's like 8 different things. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, where, what, huh?
I think we're opening in a couple of countries every month now.
Yeah.
So it's just when they have a visual of the globe and the lines coming from the countries that now have eXp, and it's amazing.
Right. And so, but we're in all these countries and we're connecting with each other, but it's because we are virtually. We are using the best technology out there. We are building the opportunity for all of us, no matter how far we are, to interact with each other, to learn from each other. And that's another reason you won't see it. So not only won't you see likely an eXp commercial or hear it on the radio, you likely won't be driving down the street and see a business either. Now, there are some offices that we do have, but
that independent agents or teams have put together. They're not corporate, which is we're decentralized, and that actually makes us more centralized because our office is in the cloud. So I don't want to, say anything bad about another broker. This isn't really bad, but if you went to let's just make up a name like Schmeller Schmilliams. And if you went to one of their offices, you would meet agents every day that live down the street, that have a listing nearby. And that's great. There's something to that. But Danielle and I can contact agents in India if we have a question about something. Right. We can meet in our cloud office and talk to the best listing agent in San Diego.
Correct.
And that's going
to have any type of issues. If I have issues with that needs answering right now, I can get on. I could make an appointment, get in and literally see my managing, the managing broker or the accounting department. Or if my clients have a question about something, I can go immediately. It doesn't matter, really kind of night and day sometimes, that it could be 7 o'clock in the morning. It could be 7, 8 o'clock at night.
You might have a unique property that isn't something that you see a lot in our area, or an issue that comes up with a property that's not really common around here. We can put that out to the entire world and get answers from people who know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We can get guidance on different marketing options. We never have to wait for our corporation to funnel something through and bring it to us. We've got icon agents just splashing their entire processes across our screens on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we get to, real estate is a really rapidly moving market. So we get to connect with people, again, all over the world who are experiencing different markets than we are, who experience trends sooner than we do, who have come from all walks of life before they were realtors and might have some other area of expertise that they can access.
Yes. But then in addition to that, we have the ability, not only is the market's always changing, technology is always changing, and best practice is always changing. So we are seeing some of the, we're getting great tips by people who are selling multi-million-dollar homes on the coasts and talking about how they're marketing. And we're able to do that. One of Ruth's favorite is in our searches over the years. I've been doing this for 9 years, Ruth 8, and we've gone through a couple agencies. And one of the attractions of one of them is the television show. Yes. Where the brokers are very excited about the fact that for a half hour on Saturdays, you can turn into a show that will very slowly move pictures across the screen of the house that's being sold. And we don't pay for stuff like that.
No, because somebody's sitting there, first of all, if they're sitting in front of their television on a Saturday or Sunday morning watching still pictures roll by like it's 1974. And they're seeing, here's a house in Elgin that's $2.5 million. And here's a 3-bedroom ranch in Oak Lawn. No one is looking at both of those houses. No one is interested in running up to Elgin to look at the 2.5, and then why don't we check on Oak Lawn on our way back?
Correct.
So our marketing is targeted and effective, and still reaches thousands of people, but thousands of people who might possibly be interested in buying that specific house.
Correct. And as things, as new opportunities out there present themselves, we are able to know about it and jump on it very quickly, because we are in control of our marketing dollars.
And we don't have that idea. I think this can't be overstated. There are other companies that provide marketing to their agents. That means that a very specific marketing piece comes down through the creative at the company. It is stamped and approved by everyone on down and funneled down to the several thousand agents that are at the bottom, and they can all take that piece and they can all use it. That's a long process that's very impersonal and not tailored to your specific property. So while it might look fancy and flashy, everything we do is kind of more grassroots, more tailored. What Danielle does in Plano is not exactly what we do in Naperville.
Tailored, I think, is the much more appropriate. And that's how you do it, because one house I have may be a fixer-upper, and the next one might be brand new head to, from the studs in, right? Or even on the outside. And you just don't know how you need to market it. And so the shiny, no buyer for a house that is a complete reno inside is going to need a shiny 14-page brochure for the buyers to take home of all the pictures.
And I'll tell you, those are lovely. And sometimes, I'm sorry, agents, sometimes I even pick them up myself every once in a while just because they're so pretty. And
2 weeks later, they're in your car and you toss them?
It's either that or they come into the house and go right into the trash. So those pieces that, again, were that was all that was available in the 90s. So that's what was necessary to use. When you replace that with a professional quality video, that's like a freaking HGTV show just for your house, and compare that to still photos floating past to music.
Well, at least the good thing is those are usually professional photos.
Yes.
You got that is a step above the agent mirror in the bathroom pictures that we see sometimes.
That is, but even then, most of those brokerages have photographers that they have connections with, that they have relationships with, and that's who you're required to use. We like to work with people and services that we trust and understand, and who know, Danielle likes certain shots. There's certain ones that I prefer, and we have the leeway to create that. And then we have everything that we can plug into when we want it that our agency gives us. But we have a tremendous amount of freedom to run our own business.
Correct. So, and actually one of the things that we didn't touch on, which should be done real fast because it's real boring, is basically the idea that in Illinois real estate agency law, you have to be associated with an agency. You have to have a brokerage. Yes, people can have their own, but most, because of the paperwork. And again, what's your specialty? We've talked about this 100 times. I am tasked with helping my clients buy and sell. That's my specialty, knowing the markets, knowing what marketing is good. But we don't do the marketing. We don't take our cameras and do it. We don't take our video cameras and do it. We hire others who have a better, just like our, Tammy helps with making sure that the everything's crossed and T'd and, all that stuff is done. That's what our brokerage does. That's part of what they do, is they make sure the paperwork and the legal this and the fine, take it. I don't want to do that.
And we should say too that eXp is very much in the middle. So they're not one of those big boxes that says, here's what we're gonna stamp your name on in small letters at the bottom. And they're also not on the other side, the brokerages that provide nothing. So in real estate, agents hire their brokers. We interview brokers. We choose who we're going to affiliate ourselves with. We pay them. They don't pay us.
Correct.
So we are the only source of income for brokers. Then for that amount of money that we pay them, they provide us with whatever level of support we feel we need. There are brokers that charge very little money and provide no support, and we know them very well. And then there are brokers who charge a lot of money and provide almost like an employee-employer situation, which leaves very little freedom for the agent to do what they excel at. eXp is the best of both.
Yes. So that's a little bit about eXp. If nobody's heard of them, or if you've only heard it here and there, that's because they allow us to market ourselves. Up until recently, because of, again, Illinois agency law, we were allowed to be front and center. They wanted us to market ourselves and our products and our services. Now it's 50-50, but we still are allowed to do exactly what we need.
Yeah, and let's clarify what Danielle's referring to is we used to be able to have our name as big as we wanted, and as long as our brokerage name was there somewhere that someone could find, I think there was something like a reason. It was a very vague term, like reasonably sized, or a reasonable person could find it, or something like that. And the law changed. Pretty sure I know who was behind the law changing. And so they both have to be the same size font now. There were many brokers whose name was always much bigger than the agent's name. And I feel like they may have had a little something to do with the law changing, because really, who cares?
Correct.
Other than them.
Yes. Well, and that's exactly it, right? It's back to, what does it really come down to? It comes down to the individual agent and how they service their clients and what they provide. And so that's why you might not recognize eXp, because you might not have seen it. It might have been this small when we were promoting ourselves this big. Now it's equal. But again, you're going to see our names. You're going to notice our names. You're going to notice our faces on things and see us at places.
We have our branding colors. We have our branding font.
Correct. So it really is, because again, it's us, our services, and then our clients, what they have to provide. It's not about, the big agency name and promoting themselves. They want us to do well for ourselves. So that's a little bit about eXp, but if you have any more questions about it, and does it really matter, and what do we provide for you as buyers or sellers, please reach out to us, because we are more than happy to explain that all in detail, why we feel we are better and we provide more for you than some of our competition.
Also, if you like what we do and you're not necessarily in the market to buy or sell a house, but you might be thinking about being a realtor, or maybe you are a realtor and you'd like to do some more transactions every year, you'd like to have a little support, you'd like to find a little more balance, we would love to talk to you about joining our team.
Me too. And always, if you're not looking to be a realtor, or buy or sell right now, but you know somebody who is, because it's about that time that people start thinking about next spring. Spring should probably be January this year, guys, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Take a few weeks off to enjoy your holidays, but after that, it's time to get going again. So give us a call now so that we're prepared for January.
As Danielle and I like to say, don't call us when you want to buy or sell your house. Call us before you want to buy or sell your house.
Correct.
I hate walking into somebody and they've done lots of stuff that they didn't have to do, and they haven't done the things that they really need to. So talk to us first. We know what buyers want. It's not about, and it's not about what somebody in California thinks buyers want. We know what your potential buyers want.
Correct. So, all right. Well, that was Keeping It Real in Real Estate. I'm Danielle Tully.
And I'm Ruth Sheehan, and we're with eXp Realty.
Correct. See you on the next